guys, so this week we're going to be talking about social media, whether it's a curse or a blessing. Personally, I am more towards the cursing side. I think social media has had a big impact on me. I know I used to be constantly on it, constantly trying to prove myself, constantly trying to be accepted, constantly trying to fit into the standards that social media has created for us. And it wasn't until I removed myself and really tried to find myself outside of the image that people perceive of me. Because I think when you have social media and the images that you put out of yourself, they become what people perceive of you, and they can't see past that. So I know for me, a lot of people see me traveling all the time, and they think that's all I do. And there's so much to me and so much more to what I am and what I do. And I hated being reduced to the girl that always looks good on her Instagram, the girl that's always traveling. And I felt a lot of pressure to be a travel blogger and be a fitness blogger. And I found myself trying to do those things because people wanted me to do those things. And it was really empowering to just remove myself and find that I don't need to do those things if that's not what I want to do. I don't have to live my life for other people. So yeah, I think I'm a little bit on the curse side. I do think there's positive aspects of it. I think a lot of people have built their businesses, built their brands through social media, but I do think anything comes with moderation, and I just think we need to be careful on how we use social media and what is the purpose behind it. Are you guys all comfortable? Yeah? Okay. So welcome to the show, have a seat. So we're gonna go right into it. The first statement is, everyone is seeking attention and acceptance on social media.
I think to a certain degree, the extent that they are. I think it's because on social media there's standards and people are trying to live up to them, and so they're trying to get acceptance in that sense. But then you do have people where it's like they're the ones setting the standards, so they don't care. And then you've got more followers where it's like they're just following on. So I think to an extent that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think though that there's also like this whole Finsta phenomenon where you have a separate Instagram where you don't care, just so that you can remove yourself from all of that.
Oh, I never heard of that.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So hold on, you have your actual like normal page, and then you have another one. Is that part of Instagram? Is that a separate thing?
No, that's
different accounts.
yeah.
So what is it called?
Finsta.
I never heard of that.
Oh yeah.
There's a second account.
Yeah.
But it's a second
Like
account
a-
on Instagram.
Yeah, because you can
Friend
have more than
Instagram.
one account on Instagram.
Is it fake or friend Instagram?
I have no clue.
Sometimes a bit more private, sometimes I don't know,
Yeah.
it's a bit more fake. Obviously, you feel like a celebrity or something, but that's what people
Yeah.
do.
So do you guys have Finstagram?
Used to.
I
Used to.
I have a second Instagram account, but I forgot the password in it, so.
So do you use that one to DM girls or?
Yeah, those are the burner accounts. Those are, yeah.
Obviously, if I'm gonna give a go, with my normal account in it.
But why do you guys think that we're so worried about getting accepted? Why are we trying to live up to standards of people that we don't even know?
I can't lie.
I think like social media has become an integral part of us. So for example, when you go out normally, you would try to dress in a way that's particularly impressive to other people. So I think social media is also like a central aspect to our life. So you cannot really separate the two.
Wait, but it's
Like
that
your profile is just reflective of who you are.
It's that aspect because of social media, or because of who we are as humans. You know, you mentioned that, say if you're going out, you dress nicely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say without social media, would you still do that, or is it because of social media you do that? Do you know what I'm
I think it's become an extension of us.
Yeah.
I think they feed into each other because
Yeah.
there was a time before social media and people still did that. I think.
But social media exacerbated everything to a new
I
level.
think so.
Yeah,
Because
I
now
don't
you're
think
just
that's
like
healthy.
overexposed.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys seek attention on social media?
I think we all do, because I think the environment that social media
That's
It's been
created.
built around.
Yeah.
it's like that. So if you look at how it actually functions, so basically the backbone of it is how many people see your post, how many likes you get. That already is a metric of popularity. So obviously, if that's how success is measured in that environment, that's obviously what we're going to be competing with to begin with, innit? It's also the idea of social currency in the sense that how popular your social media accounts are, how much traction they gain, how much interaction they gain, is in some sort of way valuable, or you can monetize that, and people do. So I think that based on the idea, the environment of social media itself, whether we initially have the idea of wanting to become like a popularity contest or something like that, it's gonna deviate to that because of the metrics that they use.
I feel like the acceptance is different according to like different platforms. With Instagram, everything needs to look so perfect, you know, with the white walls and whatnot. Whereas when it comes to Twitter, like sometimes having a very different perspective is what
gets you the traction.
Yeah, because you're like the funny one, or you're just so controversial, so you're getting accepted for being so different. So I feel like it's in different ways. Yeah, according to that.
Do you guys have Twitter?
Yeah.
I don't use
I
Twitter.
think Twitter's the funniest.
Twitter, yeah, Twitter is the best one.
It's the best social media.
Can you
If
explain
follow
what Black
people,
Twitter
you only follow Black Twitter. So I got Twitter recently, like 4 months ago, because a lot of my friends like were encouraging me to jump onto it, saying I was missing out. I was like, there's really no point. I don't feel like I'm missing out anything, but I'll jump on anyway. So I've got Twitter and I deep like I think on Twitter people are less inclined to really think about what people think about what they post, because it's literally what you're saying. Innit? I think people are more encouraged to post their opinions in it, whether controversial or not. So I think where you can reply to what people post on Twitter as well. Whereas like say if it was Instagram, more like comments, where it's a lot of people just comment on stuff to like say nice things on people's pictures and that. Whereas Twitter is not necessarily like that.
It's more interactive.
Yeah, but that's a bit dangerous as well, because you get a lot of abuse on Twitter. You might post something, someone will feel free to cuss you out, like they don't care.
Wow.
So yeah, Twitter's not for the faint-hearted, but I think it's funny.
What about you? Do you have Twitter?
I have football Twitter.
What is
I'm
that?
one of those people that just go on Twitter when football's going on, just talk about football. But obviously during the day when I'm procrastinating, I tend to scroll through it and
I just never understood the whole. How many characters are you allowed?
280, I think.
Yeah, before it's
I
too
don't
long.
like that much.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't really make a sentence with this.
But
You
you
can
know,
actually say a lot, and then people make threads, which is how you like convey.
It's
sometimes
sometimes
they're
longer.
too. Sometimes
But you know,
That's what I'm saying. They're really
sometimes
long.
short and snappy is
Yeah.
best.
I guess.
Yeah.
What I found funny on Twitter is the, have you seen the ones where the companies reply?
Yeah.
Those are funny.
Yeah,
Oh
Fenty
my
are
God.
really great at that actually.
I think that's quite dangerous as well, because Twitter doesn't actually have like an identification for the accounts. So let's say if I have a Twitter account, I can make a separate account, and it has no way of linking back to my real identity sort of thing. And I think yesterday I saw a thing where apparently O.J. Simpson had made a Twitter account now, and he was replying to like different tweets and stuff. And he just put out 10 very controversial tweets, but in the space of like a day, he had 20k followers. And it might not really been him, but like the stuff he was tweeting, people really took that seriously. Like, could have been serious in it. So.
Do you guys think people take social media too serious?
Yes. Like way too serious. Like I've seen it firsthand where people, like even just getting a picture, like I love taking pictures, but I've always loved documenting. I think I got that from my dad, because when I was younger, it'd be like, he would always have the camcorder out just to get, like home videos and things like that, and always taking pictures like in McDonald's, whatever. But now I've seen people like, they will stand there and it's like, they will not leave until they get the perfect picture. And it's like, you're not getting the perfect picture for the memory, you're getting it for Instagram. Because they're like, I need it to be good for Instagram, not because the memory, where I'm that person, like, I'm like the mum here, I'm going to do was I want to create an album and stuff like that, so I want these memories so I can always look back at them. Whereas, yeah, some people that they take it way too serious, and it's like they get too crazy and too obsessive with just the nitty-gritty things. Like I've seen people where they really portray this lifestyle that they actually don't have, like getting a coffee, like asking someone, can I use your coffee cup, just to show that I have Starbucks, and it's like they're not even drinking it, and I'm like, why do you have to? Yeah, and it's like always trying to look happy and stuff like that, and I'm like, that's not real life though. You don't have to do that. Like, don't go through the lengths just to make it seem like life is perfect. And it's like, I have to post 3 times a day. And it's like, you don't necessarily have to, but it's because, again, the acceptance, you want to get all the followers, so you need to be very visible. And I'm like, it's just not that deep. Yeah, like,
But why, I know for myself, when I started using social media, I was very, very particular, and like you said, I was trying to be like perfect. So like I wouldn't post a picture if it didn't have like sort of like the same background, or if it was like too different. Like I wanted my feed to look perfect. And I was just like, after a while, I was like, who cares? Like, why can't I just not post a picture? Why am I so interested on how people are going to perceive my profile? Like, why are we so obsessed with portraying that we have a perfect life when we all know we don't? Nobody has a perfect life. Like I posted this the other day on my Instagram. I said, guys, I'm not always living my best life, because everybody thinks everybody's always living their best
Well,
life.
you are though, so.
No, I think what people
Jet
forget
setter.
about social media is a moment in your life.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
your entire
yeah,
life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But why do you guys think we all want to pretend like I'm living my best life? Why?
I think it goes back to what Emmanuel said, where it's maybe to do with us being humans and after social media. So social media has become an extension of us, so that's how we portray we're living our good lives. But before, back in the day, people would probably buy, I don't know, Balenciagas or a nice car to pretend they have money. So I think social media has become a way to use that
To
portray-
show
exactly.
what you have.
But again, I want to go back onto the platform thing. I think Instagram is like you always have to show you're living your best life, apart from like if you have a Finsta. But Twitter, like everyone there actually just says how they're feeling in the moment. So you get people saying like, oh, today's just been mad, or like loads of people even talk about their L's, like to a point where I'm like, why are you telling everyone that you borrowed someone £1,000 and they didn't get it? But like this is just too much. Like you're really showing that
Too
you're
much.
taking too many L's and that kind of thing. So I think Twitter's like less perfect, whereas Instagram is like I need to be super perfect and live my best life. Like yeah, some people only show when they're only on holiday. That
Yeah, that's
kind of
me.
thing. Yeah, I mean for me, I only post like in the summer because it's like nice bright pictures. In the winter, I'm like peace out, like because I'm
Yeah,
at
I'm not gonna
school,
lie.
like-
I only post when I travel, but I only post when I travel because, to be honest, if I'm not traveling, I'm working. So I'm not really gonna be
I feel you,
posting when I'm working. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm a bit more conscious because I only post when I travel. It sounds like all I do is
It's travel.
You know what I mean? And now I'm like, maybe I should post other
Like
stuff.
other things.
But at the same time, why do I have to
Feel like you have
to feel like I have to? Do
But
you
you
know what I
don't
mean?
post that often anyway.
I don't. I really
Whereas
don't.
I know that I've seen a girl, like she posted a picture and it said Paris, like as the location. I was like, oh right, you went to Paris. And she's like, no, this is literally central London. Or she just wanted to show that
Wait,
she
what?
was yeah, exactly. And it was literally just to have,
Wait,
Hold on.
I'm
It's actually not that serious.
Wait, hold on. As in, she
not that
posted a
serious.
picture of Paris.
yeah, like she put her location was Paris. She was in central London.
It's not that serious.
It's not that serious. But when I tell you, like I've seen it firsthand, and it's like I can't stand in front of this building. Why? Because it doesn't fit my.
It doesn't
feet.
fit. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, like for me, like people see my pictures and they're like, oh my gosh, your pictures are so perfect. My only theme is that it's bright and colourful, and you've probably seen that. I don't.
Yeah, I like all your pictures. I love them.
But I don't care. Like the background can be so dusty. I took one in front of our house, and that's the bins and everything there. I don't care.
Oh, I'm not gonna
It's
lie.
just
There
like-
was a bin there.
I mean, the bin, you didn't really see it, but like the brick wall and all of that, it was like okay. Whereas I know people would have to go somewhere else. Where
I think
they
I've
can-
seen people like actually setting up like.
Yeah.
Have you seen those like they proper setup
Yeah.
and then they took like just like really natural pictures?
Yeah,
It just
Louis Vuitton
happened.
bag has to be there that you've saved and stuff. You know, you've got your Starbucks. You get what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God,
Like,
speaking
that's-
of Louis Vuitton, I heard a story that some influencers or bloggers, they buy luxury goods and then they do like photo shoots, they take pictures, they go out, they like change outfits in the same day to look like, you know, they've been out several times.
that's the thing.
And then they return the bag.
Yeah.
Wait, they return it?
I heard that lot, especially with like fashion bloggers.
Is that actually
Because
true?
you can't actually afford the stuff, so you get
So
it
you buy
a
it just for
bit
the
and then
picture?
you return it,
Isn't
Wait,
that
I
the
knew
word?
people did that, but I didn't know they did it with designer. I think I don't feel like I'm a very prideful person, but when it comes to things like that, I would not want to take it back. Like,
But they can't afford it, that's the
If you've
thing.
got the peas, then cool. If you don't have
But
the
why am I
peas,
even doing that transaction if I can't afford it?
To build your brand.
then- Exactly.
I think it's the pressure because I've
must-
noticed that everybody on social media now, they always have that Gucci bag. Or their
Yeah,
Louis Vuitton
when they
bag.
get money,
And if
it's
you
like the
don't,
first
You
thing.
have to compete with them.
you have to
Like,
compete with
that's
them.
the only way you can. If you
I
haven't
think
got
it's
the
a
money, that's the only way
mindset
you can
thing
compete with them.
because I feel like if I have more money, I have a very cheapskate mindset and I'm proud of it. Like I'm that person that people will go on holiday and they'll tell me, yeah, I spent £700 in Ibiza, I spent £70 in Portugal, and I'm very proud that I could save that other money and still go
And
somewhere
still do
else.
other things.
But people don't mind spending money. They want that flashy life, like, yeah, I spent this much on alcohol and whatnot. I mean, I'm like, no, because I'm more of an experienced person. So even if I have money, a Louis Vuitton bag, because everyone's got it, it's nothing to me. Because if I don't want it that much and it's something that's trendy, which a lot of things nowadays is very trendy,
Yeah.
in a year or two, I'm not going to care about it. So why am I investing so much money just because everyone's got it on Instagram?
I feel like, you know that the idea you just said, yeah, it's literally the same reason why people buy it to return it. So let's say you buy it because, say, I'm going to use a case of fashion bloggers, for example, right? I know a couple of fashion bloggers who will buy something because they want like a style or that's basically their form of monetizing Instagram, the platform that they use. So they have to kind of like meet certain criteria of like what's in their pictures, what's in the fashion style and whatever. So they'll buy these things and use it just for that purpose and just to return it. So obviously if they don't think it's going to be trendy in a year or two, they're not going to keep it.
Yeah.
But back to what Delilah said about people having to like impress or people having to show what they have, I think that's the like, dangerous aspects in it. That's
because you're going to a certain extent just to show that you have something. Because I know I'm not gonna say names, but
No, we got examples in our head.
I've heard of people. I know a girl that she's a blogger or influencer. I'm not sure, fashion something, and I know her personally and I know her family, and I know that there was times where she actually didn't have food at home, and because her brother is friends with my cousin, and my cousin used to tell me like, that he didn't have food, that I had to give him food, and I'm looking at this girl on Instagram. She's on yachts. She's like Chanel bags, and I'm like, you don't have food at home? And then my other friend told me that her mom asked her for 20 pounds because they didn't have food at home. And I'm like, you're not feeding your mom and you're not feeding your brother, but your social media looks on point. I think that's so dangerous. Like, how far have we become as a people that we've put so much emphasis on that we actually forget about our actual family, like feeding our family. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so dangerous.
It sounds like an extreme though. I really wonder how many people are actually doing it to that extent.
I mean, I don't think everybody's like, not feeding their family, but I have heard of people that have put social media as a priority other than other things.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's actually, that's kind of true, because it's even like, it's, how people are like editing their pictures so much and then someone sees them on the street and they're like, they look nothing like that at all. It's because of the whole social media thing that they're even forgetting that people will see you in real life and you don't have them clothes and your face don't look like that, you're not that snatched. The whole waist thing, like it's this whole Kim Kardashian BBL look is very, very mad at this point now that people are editing. Like you're seeing counters that are doing curved edges and whatnot because they're stretching their hips and they're snatching.
This advertisement on YouTube that comes up all the time.
Is that the one where you do the
they say that like they promise that everyone's editing their pictures, that's why they look like that, and
that is so dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
And it's so funny because even for the people that don't edit the pictures, because I don't edit my pictures.
Yeah, but people are not gonna believe.
But I'm like, do people think I edit my pictures? Do you know what I mean? Because I have a small waist anyway. And then I'm looking at pictures like, does it look edited? Are they gonna think it's edited? Do you know what I mean? Like even for us, there's a paranoia, even for the people that don't do it, because there's a perception that everybody does it.
Yeah, because it's now a trendy body.
It's a trendy thing. Yeah. Why is having a small waist trendy though? I don't get it.
I think that's a very good question to ask, because I feel like it's these kind of things where, say, these social media influencers, right? People on these platforms who have, say, the most following or the most interactions, right? The kind of things that they post. So
do you think they set the standard?
Yeah.
A little bit, but I wouldn't want to blame everybody who is an influencer for that, because people post what people interact with, people like, first and foremost, isn't it? So if I post something, I know that nobody's going to interact and nobody's going to like it. Obviously, I won't keep posting the same thing. Obviously, time and time again, you see the type of content they put out, that people actually do interact with it. So we have to ask ourselves, why do we use social media? What we really looking to gain when we're on social media? Because I feel like naturally, if we just mindlessly scroll, we'll just be we'll be enticed to interact with things that we just stand out to us all the time. If you're looking for things that always stand out, that you miss sometimes, the thing which matters to you more but a little bit more subtle. That's what I think.
It's funny that you just mentioned influencers, because the next statement is all these influencers, but what are they actually influencing?
People's tastes, lifestyles, the perfect Instagram feed from influencers makes normal people want that as well.
Why do we aspire to that?
Because that's what's popular and everyone wants to be popular, everyone wants to be liked, I think.
Do you guys, everybody here, do you guys want to be liked? Be honest.
I think it's human nature. To a certain extent, yeah.
Lately I've been feeling like I actually don't care.
Yeah, I'm a very
I think it's something that I have to actively unlearn though. Yeah, it's a journey to get there. I think that we all start out there. Not everyone, because it's different for everyone, but it's something you have to actively unlearn, I think.
Yeah, I think. No, go ahead.
I feel like it's human nature to feel like you belong, first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, especially like, I think in this day and age, you feel like we live two different kind of lives, two different climates, right? Obviously, there's your online life and your real life.
And your real life,
exactly. So online, you kind of want, let's say you're a popular person in real life, for example. Not everyone will know that online, so there's almost a pressure to like be liked online as well. Some people who necessarily aren't too popular, like in real life, for whatever reason, feel like online second platform.
So do you think like,
Some people do catfishing.
has anybody been catfished yet?
Kevin?
No.
You sound like you know something. So do you think, is it excusable that people, you know, they have low self-esteem, so they try to paint this image of themselves that's not necessarily what they really are, just because they might not have any friends or they might not have social interactions, and social media is the only way for them to get a little bit of attention, if you know what I mean? So in that sense, is that excusable?
I do think that social media has like enabled people that would have been marginalized before to have a platform, but it depends how far people will take it. If you're completely changing how people see you, like in real life, you have to deal with that problem.
Yeah, I think you need to learn to love yourself.
Yeah.
It's only a distraction.
I think, I don't know, I feel like there's, in this era that we live in, I think a lot of people always say, we need to learn how to love ourselves and we need to love ourselves. But we don't live in a vacuum, so as human beings have to interact with each other. And I think to think that everything comes from within, I think it's a little bit unrealistic. So, you know, I know people say you should feel beautiful and you should feel beautiful in your own skin, but at the end of the day, if somebody tells you that you're beautiful, that matters.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like,
I understand that it should come from within, but isn't it unrealistic to think that?
I just think that the social media validation is unsustainable. Maybe it should come from people who are close to you, and then working with that and working from within, then that is a way to love yourself. But then if it's just something that's so vapid, like social media, that's not gonna sustain you for very long, because you're gonna crave it again, and then it's gonna go away and you're gonna feel that again, and then you want it again. Yeah.
When it comes to social media, I found myself a lot of the times scrolling through social media and trying to be like the people that I saw and trying to fit in and wanting to be those people and trying to change things in myself to fit in. And I think I actually became almost like addicted, and I just found that it was being so unhealthy for myself. Like, I was really obsessed with the way certain girls looked, what they were wearing, and that started to impact everything I did. And even, I know a lot of people might not want to admit this, but I think a lot of the things that we do, even when we go to a restaurant, and instead of enjoying the food, we're so preoccupied with getting the right angle of the food instead of enjoying it. And anytime we're having a good experience, we're so obsessed with documenting it and letting other people know what we're doing, and I think we actually miss out on the actual experience itself. And I think for me, I try my best nowadays to not use my phone as much and really just engage with the people that are around me and the experiences that I'm having, because honestly, the best moments and the best memories are the ones that you can capture.
It's kind of similar to what she's saying. I think like your idea of beauty the foundation of it shouldn't be based on other people, because that makes it quite fragile. But if it's based on you, then the others are just additions. So I think that's how you should probably perceive your self-beauty, if that makes sense.
But could it ever truly just come from within?
I don't think so. I think your external environment plays a part, and social media is also part of it as well. But in terms of social media, I think it shapes like your mindset. You have to adjust your mindset for social media. So if you see these people, like let's say you're overweight and you see all these skinny bodies all down your feed, unfollow them if you're saying negative things to yourself. If you're seeing other women empowering themselves, that should inspire you. Because I see people with other things, or they're doing so well in their career. Their career is completely different to what I want to do, but them striving to be better inspires me. But I don't have to go and say, okay, she's wrote a book, I want to go and write a book. I just see that, oh, she's gone through this whole process, I should also like push further, because if she can do it for a long time, I can do it for a long time. But if I see something and it's making me feel bad about myself, or I'm just thinking negative thoughts like, oh, why is life so perfect? Because I've seen girls do that as well. I'm not liking her pictures because it's so nice, and I'm like, so
It's a
why
bit
are you
hater
following?
behavior.
Yeah, like I've seen, and I was like, I didn't think this was a real thing, but they were literally like so annoyed at like, how can she look so good and stuff, and I was like, so why are you following if you feel, you know, that they're too perfect? I know, like, just because they want to see, but I'm like, but if this is the thoughts you're getting from seeing someone's pictures, then you shouldn't be following them. Whereas if I see someone looking good, I'm like, yeah, like,
I know. I'm always like,
yeah.
in your pictures, I'm always like, yes,
I
girl.
see you like, on holiday, and I'm like, when people on holiday, I'm even asking them for recommendations. Like, is it good? Like, tell me where to go and stuff like that. Is there any more content to bring out? Because I like seeing that. But if I was being negative towards it, I shouldn't be seeing that stuff anymore. So I think it's a mindset thing, but your external environment plays a part. Like, you need to put yourself in positive places so that you can shape your mindset that is well enough for social media. Because even sometimes you see the most positive people on social media, and then they ghost, and then they'll come back saying, I was depressed, because literally they're feeling so empty and stuff. So their external environment was not even healthy for them, and they were trying to be perfect, but inside they're just not feeling that great. And I think it's even more common now that so many of them are becoming depressed, because they're so obsessed with being perfect, and they're seeing their feed and other influencers being perfect, and they're trying to match up to that. Yeah, but you need to like take down all them barriers and be like, we're all still human at the end of the day. We don't need to be perfect. If you're following more normal, non-influencing people, you would probably feel great. Like, wow, my posts are actually quite good. But if you're seeing people like the Kardashians and the Clermont twins and stuff, you're obviously going to compare and try to live up to that. I need to go to the clubs as well. I need to be invited to here and there. And you feel bad about yourself. So, yeah, I think that social media does play a part in your external environment, and it shapes your mindset. So, yeah, you need to filter it.
I'm gonna go. I agree and disagree with what you said. Especially what you said about the external environment, like playing a part and how you feel. I feel like first and foremost, it should come from like your internal environment. So you know, you were saying about how someone saw someone's picture and they're like, oh, why did they look so perfect? So I've heard of an instance where someone who was friends with another person saw this girl's picture, and then she messaged saying, oh, whenever I see your pictures, you always look so good, makes me feel this and this way about myself. I'm like, yo, like, that's your friend. If that, obviously there's no point unfollowing your friend, but I think if your friend makes you feel like that, it's not your friend.
But hold on, she said the picture makes her feel how?
Like, just like not as beautiful as the other person. Like,
okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So there's a bit of jealousy there, is what you're saying?
I don't know if it's jealousy or just like insecurity. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next statement, which says there's no such thing as privacy. How do you guys feel about that?
Can't agree or disagree.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there is privacy, but you kind of set the tone from the beginning. You have like people who are big influencers, like Beyonce, who's pretty private with her private life, and she only really shares mostly her art. Whereas people like the Kardashians, from the get-go, they were showing a lot. So now everyone feels entitled to know everything else. Moving on, and they're like, oh, we need our privacy. It's like, well,
you've already given us all that.
You've given us so much that, you know, when you think about Kim Kardashian, first off, like, we saw it all, to be honest. So
I didn't see it.
I mean, I didn't see it, but she still continued the shoot.
You sound like you saw it.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But you know, so like, I think it depends on the person and how much they put out to begin with, and that kind of determines how entitled people feel. It's kind of like when people say like, you know, if someone posts their relationship so much, or like Instagram, and then when you guys break up, you're sad. Everyone's like, excuse me, we were invested. Like we knew too. Like we still want to know what's going on. But yeah, you can have privacy. Like some people I know in relationships, and you wouldn't even know, just judging by their like social media. So it depends.
Do you think that sense of entitlement is fair? Because even myself, I used to post a lot. Like, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I was always posting everywhere I go, everything I do, and people started having access. And now that I'm trying to roll back on social media, people keep asking me questions. I'm like, it's none of your business.
Yeah.
But I feel like they almost feel like, hun, you've already started this. Now we're invested. We want to know where you are, what you're doing. And I'm like, nah, dog. I just want, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I feel so annoyed because, and people always ask me where I am. And I'm just like, why do you care where I am? But I've always told them where I was. So now they don't know.
Yeah.
They want to know. So do you think that sense of entitlement is fair because we've already put so much out there?
Definitely.
It's not, but
It's not.
social media is kind of a weird thing because it's a new concept. So once you move the things from the private sphere to the public sphere, you don't have control of them. So people do have a right to, or rights to build a strong one, but can actually just have a say on what you post. But I do feel like because it's a new concept, we haven't had the idea to actually deal with it, like what are people entitled to. So yeah.
But I feel like it's also down to self-censorship. So, like Della said, if you choose to restrict certain things you post, then I think you also have to be very conscious of that people who interact with our posts. So, let's say you post something, you don't necessarily go through a list and see everybody who's seen it.
That's seen it.
Yeah, because sometimes people see you who necessarily aren't even on your friends list or anything like that, especially on a public account. And over time, if you keep providing this content, for example, people feel entitled that they need to keep seeing it from you or they expect to see it from you. That's why you see a lot of people who like post often on social media or have a strong following for a particular reason. They don't post for people like, oh, where have you gone? Like, people almost kind of rely on that source of content, should I say. So when you take it away, people almost feel tired that, hey, you should
keep
give,
going.
Yeah. I think that's quite negative, but then again, maybe it's human nature in it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite YouTubers don't post.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
Where are you?
what?
yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I think
wonder.
for me, I feel like I think people shouldn't feel entitled because I think a lot of people think people are posting for you, but I'm not posting for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When I was posting my traveling, I was just posting because I wanted to. I wasn't trying to entertain anyone, but I feel like people feel like I'm posting for them, so I should continue to do so. So I think people need to start realizing that people use social media for different reasons, and not everyone is using it for you.
Yeah.
It might just be for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they also need to realize that influencers are going through daily life as well, so it's not everyday post. And I think that's what I've had to tell myself.
Please, can you say that for the people at the back?
They have jobs, they have lives. It's not every day. So
Yeah.
I had to realize that and humble myself a little bit.
Did you used to post a lot?
No, I just mean like in terms of
Expecting
my
other
favorite
people.
YouTubers to post like all the time. I'm waiting for my weekly upload, but it's not there.
And
So
you
now
start
I'm
getting
just
upset.
like, yeah.
Actually, I remember, I don't remember what it was. I think it was, does anyone watch The Grapevine?
I've
Used to.
Yeah, I think there was one week where they were late, they didn't post, and people went mad on the comments. They're like, oh, I did this, I was in bed waiting, I took a day off. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It was
people,
never that deep.
honestly, people were going so angry, and I was just like, damn, is it that serious?
Start
Like,
realizing that.
and I think they had like technical issues with posting the episode or something, but people were so upset. Like, which just makes me think again, people are out here living for other people.
Yeah.
On average, every year we spend 79 full days staring at our phones. There's 79 days where we're just like this. Cancel culture. How do you guys feel about that? Social media canceling people, even businesses sometimes. How do you guys feel about that?